I was born on the 26th of September 1939, the third daughter of Eva and Bernie Dempsey. I was their smallest child.
And what was Papa's job at that point?
He was a railway worker. I think at that time he might have been a driver on the trains that used to go in and from Toowoomba out into the countryside and back, and he was on the railway all his whole working life. And only Carmel is 6 years older than me, and then Auntie Brenda is 3 years older than me. I can remember because I was about 6 or so when I left Toowoomba, but at night in Toowoomba we had the hot wood stove, like Uncle Chris is going to get in this place that he's fixing.
It's exciting, isn't it?
We always knelt around that stove of a night time and said the rosary. Mama hadn't been a Catholic, she turned for Dad, but she was a great person. We moved to Mackay during 1947, and Mackay was to be a warmer place. When he eventually got us the house, it was opposite St Mary's School in Mackay, where Carmel, Brenda and I went to, and then in the end Michael and Kathy, Chris and Bernadette went to the same school. And when we went around to live in Wellington Street, our next door neighbours who became our really great friends, Auntie Cans and John, Barry, Brian and Loretta, and I had a great job and a great young life. I did play a lot of sport. We all played tennis, but I played a lot of squash, a lot of American basketball as it was called, and I played softball till the day I was married. I love softball. We had a great youth group. I was in the National Catholic Girls Movement. After that, with the church, the Catholic Church, and that we did a lot. We used to clean the church, and then this chap used to go to Mass, and one of the fellows that cleaned the church with us lived in the same spot, and he got in to come along, and that's how I met Michael James Flynn. And we did something that probably nobody would do today. We got engaged with the priest in front of Our Lady's altar. I went to church nearly every morning in my life, and he was one that went a fair bit of a morning, ever before I really knew him. And I suppose that appealed to me, because then Dad was 27 when we got married, and I was 24.
You got married the 4th of January 1964.
At the Christmas holidays, he was coming to Brisbane down to the family at the farm, and he wanted me to come and meet his mother and father and his grandmother, who he idolised. But we come out to the farm, and I think my eyes were opened, as everybody that knew and loved Granny. She was fairly big and not the greatest of tidiness. When I first met this lady, I did get a bit of a shock, but she turned out lovely, and Nana was beautiful. We moved there. I'd have been just on 40 when we moved to the farm, because we moved there at the end of 78, and we moved into our own home at the end of 79. It was lucky, and this is where, I know today it doesn't exist much, but where perhaps a church and that really helped. We used to go to church, and that's probably where our good friends come from. And here I did become involved in the school a little bit. Dad couldn't, because he was trying to do lots of other coaching and everything. So it was hard, because I'd grown up with Mackay and worked there. The farm was lovely. Dad had been keen to come down. Granny generously gave us all the farm, as I've said. So when we had the land, Dad then put in to be a subject master in maths. Was a new school that was opening at Kingston, and he went and was the first subject master at the Kingston State High School. And as I said, he went backwards and forwards there, and eventually became the subject master of Browns Plains, which was much closer. We thought the farm would be good. Then our house was finished, and it was nice. It was nice still while Granny was there, and then we had Mama, Auntie Brenda, Then we had Auntie Lynn and all of them, Auntie Murray all around us. And I loved the farm then. Yeah. Dad used to do the books with Granny, and I used to do a lot of the milking, which I enjoyed very much. Certainly living with Granny was lovely though. She would play the violin a little bit, and Dad would play the piano, and we'd have little sing-songs. She loved anything we cooked. Granny was really, really good. And we eventually got into some chooks. We had some sheep. We did have cows that we milked, even though we could get milk at the dairy. And of course it wasn't long after that he took that turn and died at Anne's wedding. Our saddest thing was, of course, Dad dying when we were in at the farm. Because at night I would tell them, and I always loved that song, Maggie, because to get the irrigation going, it was cheaper from 9 o'clock at night time. So we'd go down, have it all set up in the daytime, then go down probably about 10 to 9 and sit and wait for 9 o'clock. So neither of us could sing, but we'd sing a little bit. That was one song we used to sing. We went and did this care and concern, and I think how good I am at housework now, and here we were going doing other people's sweeping. And I found a life down here that I now love. I've got family close. And round here, so your life, like leaving Mackay to come to the farm, you gradually cope. Did a lot, but as I did hospital, information, helped run the bingo, which I absolutely didn't like. I was in the CWL, Catholic Women's League, and we did care and concern there. Then towards the latter part, I went to Wongaburra and used to set up mass for the people at Wongaburra and give them morning tea. But they're all the things to me. They were what I liked. They weren't a chore. We took a few different. Our ladies, God, I'm one myself. And I think more so as a family, we have always been pretty good. But I think somehow or other this has brought us all closer. Have beautiful grandchildren, but I'm very, very lucky that from my 26-year-old at the top of the chain to my 9-year-old at the bottom, I get on well with all of them. So thank you to all my grandchildren for being such nice children. Of course they take after their nan. I've had a very good life, all told.
So anyway, Mum just told her a fantastic story, and I just discovered the video wasn't on.